We've got Game 5, the final game of the series between the 312 crew and the Shenanigan Syndicate. I'll open up betting here early for you guys. The other thing, Mike, is if you want to test those points, especially like I want people to be testing FO. Like we have a playtester form, you can fill it out. We can make additional changes, revert something that is really bad, right? You know, I'm not the arbiter of truth, but I'm trying. I'm doing more than some people are right now. So happy to do it. It's been fun. It has been fun. Oh man. So this is game 5. 302 crew is up 4-0 and has won this series already for week 1. Just a good performance from everyone so far, as our captain here, Skeppy, is our last one to play here against Wardy. Wardy's first time on stream. There are bounties to be gained from playing on stream. And there are some bounties that Wardy is going after with the A-Wings here. Let me just reorder our initiatives. Get Tycho up there. Color-wise, I just want to make sure the colors are correct. Yellow is Keo. Yeah, I think we're good in that regard. Awesome. So I'll break down. We got FO versus Rebels on Salvage. So we've got Wilo. All points here in the team league currently, at least, are official points. Just a heads up. And this is extended while using the ban list. So you can't play anything that is banned. Wilo's got Instinctive Aim, Marksmanship, Concussion Missiles, Advanced Optics, Failsafe, and the Jamming Suite. Of course, Malorus has those Mag Pulses. Great for Salvage Mission. Grudge in the 4-point bomber here. Good to see the FO bomber. Feedback Ping, Mag Pulse, Warheads, Blazer Bomb, which I don't remember what it does. Pop Quiz Chat, you guys remember what Blazer Bomb does? It does a few things. I can't remember off the top of my head. And Lieutenant Tavison with Hyperspace Tracking Data, Hondo Onaka, LOL. Captain Phasma, and Fire Control System. So a 4-ship FO list. And then on the right here, Wardy bringing Rebels, and leading off is Harris and Dula with not enough loadout. It's something that we added in our community points. Swarm Tactics, and that's it with Vector Cannons. Tycho Kelchu, Psycho Tycho, going for the Psycho Tycho. Fire 2 Prockets in a game bounty here with the It's a Trap friendly reroll ability, Juke, Proton Rockets, and Chaff Particles. Sabine Wren with Clan Training, Beskar, Mandalorian Optics, Holoken. With all his usual stuff, Hopeful, Dorsal, Advanced Proton, Torpedoes, Precise Astromech for the double mods. And then Keo Venzi has Lone Wolf and Cluster Missiles. All the A-Wings have the standardized vectored cannons. One sec, guys. All right, so get your bets in, everybody. Betting is open. Haven't seen any yet. Blazer Bomb does things for A-Wings, no gemmer. Yes, well, that's for the bounty. You gotta play, so he is going after a couple of bounties here. Let's go over to the Team League bounties section and scroll up to Rebels. In this, there's no X-Wing in this list, so he's going for the Don't Talk About Your X. Win a game without an X-Wing in your list for 300 points. Nabi, there's one called Nabi, shout out to my boy Nabi. Play a list with 4 more A-Wings without gemmer. And then Psycho Tycho. So 3 different bounties he is going after. Psycho Tycho is 200 points. Don't Talk About Your X is 300, and Nabi is 200. So 700 points capable of being won here. We are almost ready to rock and roll. I hope you all have enjoyed the Team League so far, as we'll quickly take a look at the standings for the 312 Team League. The Horse Awakens had a good week 1. They're the only one in their division that won their first week, as Crime, renamed from Course Rough and Irritating, losing week 1. Seven Sons, defending champs, in second place, but losing week 1 to the Horse Awakens. Moneyballs and Pumbaa Riders come back. Pumbaa Riders down 2-0. Backs to the wall, win 3 straight to take their first week. Psychedelic Peanut Jams performing strongly with high-scoring games. three 1-0s to start week 1 in the deep dish division. So that's where we are. 3-1-2 crew winning their first week, but sitting there in 3rd place. And yes, that is the CNN election day in America theme because it's fun and epic. All right, I hope you all have had a good weekend, have had a good Father's Day. Feel free to talk to me in the chat if you want to. Keeps me a little more sane. Or I might fall asleep on you. All right, looks like we're getting some players in our Discord testing the new points, which is awesome, super exciting. All right, we're ready to roll. We're moving and grooving here. Salvage mission, game 5, 3-1-2 crew versus Shenanigan. Syndicate is underway. It's always fun to see A-Wings. One of the goals with the community points update side was to get more RZ2s played. So Sir Linda is a 3-pointer now on that side of the unofficial things, the unofficial side of things. And also just like a big thank you to everybody. The reception overall has been really, really cool. The engagement, the debating, the honesty, the excitement. It just, like, I already said that word, but it's just, it's uplifting. I think it's what we all need right now as we have this kind of area of uncertainty until we learn more and know more about the bigger picture. But rest assured, I think we're in good hands. But at the end of the day, remember, you know, we're trying. There's no need to take this too seriously. I'm not a game designer. If I was, I would be one. I would get paid to be one. I would get underpaid to be one. They don't get paid enough. However, I think it's nice to say as I'm gonna keep quoting Lord of the Rings because I just saw those movies in theaters, right? But as Gandalf says to Theoden, breathe the air, my friend. Breathe the free air again, my friend. His X-Wing was like Theoden being held by Saruman, which is AMG, right? And finally, you know, the community's like, whoosh, and pushes Saruman back. And no longer is AMG able to taint the game of X-Wing with their carelessness and just not caring in general, which is what carelessness means, Nick. Now we get to just experiment, have fun, and ultimately, guys, if y'all are using this as, if y'all are quitting after this, you were looking for a reason to quit playing X-Wing, which I think is bad faith. I'm going to call y'all out who just want to quit now. I get it, just not being interested in the game anymore as it is. That's different to me. But it's like being strung along and then like everybody kind of knew this was probably going to happen soon and then being like, I'm done now. You were looking for a reason to quit, right? Like, stick around. This game is still very fun. And now that the community is going to be the ones ultimately responsible for better or worse, and I think strongly for better, we'll be in good shape. Just gotta be patient. We'll be recording our podcast tonight after game 3. That will be subscriber only for our Twitch subs, but I'll post it early on Patreon for all paid tiers as well. We'll be talking about all the fallout and all the news recently. We just weren't able to get together right away to be able to do the podcast episode, but we will be doing it tonight. I'd like to see saturation salvo get bumped up so bombers could have more LV without being barrage salvo stapled. Yeah, well, I think the nice thing about it's really the nature of barrage rockets is that you can focus is such a versatile option to take as an action. Having that green token you can use and choose to use for offense or defense. The bombers don't necessarily like just target locking, although you know they being able to barrage rockets are more appealing for I think for the bombers because of its versatility with the focus side of things. So custom Tomax can take barrage salvo right now. SL Tomax I brought up to 4 points, and I would still argue, guys, that he's very good at 4 points, and you could easily still play him, especially with we would have custom Vader going down to be the same price as the other Vaders. Again, we're looking for as many people to play with these points and have fun with them, and fill out the form, the Google form, the playtest form, so that I can take a look and make an informed tweak in the next week or two. But I just want to gather the data. Some things that I think I messed up with is currently you can play triple fire sprays and they all have just enough loadout to be annoying, but not, I don't think they're completely broken. Aura and Boba aren't really like the, scariest, but they're fire sprays. So looking at that, Zam I put at 9, which has been a controversial thing to say the least in our Discord. Zam has had a really interesting opinion. People have had a very interesting opinion of Zam since she came out. And obviously a lot of people don't like Zam. I personally, as a player of the game of X-Wing, also don't like Zam. One of the reasons, besides the fact that I just don't think Zam needs to be a popular choice in Separatists, and I'm going to remain with that. One of the other reasons why Zam went to 9 was just for testing. I would just wanted people to be trying other stuff and not. So Zam went from 8 to 9, which she's fine at 8 as is in the visual points. I brought Jango down to 7, but his loadout isn't cut enough, I think, for it to be fair for him to be at 7. And those are things that I'm going to admit I made mistakes on. I think you could, but I definitely would say you don't need to test Zam at 9 at all, but you could certainly test Jango and try to break a Separatist list with the changes I made with Jango at 7 for sure. Just this version 2 is not the only iteration of these points. There's going to be more changes but it's going to be based on what you guys say and like you getting games in with it, not me just making knee-jerk reactions when someone tells me they don't like that their favorite or least favorite pilot went up or down. It's always tough. Defender Vader is another example, is kind of almost in the same boat as we're getting ready for round 2 here. Is almost in the same boat as Zam in terms of like not really being like an ideal part of the game. Just however, you could easily say, well, the SLs that have been introduced, like the B-Wings, are almost like cheat codes in themselves. Vader, Defender, and Battle of Yavin Vader both have those cheat code-like abilities where they can modify blink results. It's kind of funny to think about in hindsight how problematic that was years ago, and now it's really, compared to everything else, doesn't really seem that big of a problem. However, it's something that I think is unnecessary to change right now. Like if me trying to tackle an already top 3 faction in the game and being like, you know what, I think we should get more people playing Vader Defender. I wanted people to be playing the other defenders, Dobbs, Vessery, what's her name, Ryad. Even Rexler hasn't been getting much play because you have 7-point option in Jendon, right? Who I just couldn't. Battle over Endor just came out. Jendon at 8 is kind of, I think, would be another biased decision to make. I'm keeping him at 7. I think is fine. I think he's fine at 7. But these conversations are good because my brain looks at certain things, thinks certain things will evolve a certain way. Sometimes they do, and then other times they don't. We've never had a points iteration where there hasn't been something inherently a little problematic or something that we've slept on that ended up being really good. But at least with this, I can change it. And you guys don't have to wait a year and a half before I say, you know what, I've decided I don't want to do it. But you wait a year and a half to hear me say that, right? So I think it should be a lot of hype around it. And there has been. We've gained like 70 people have joined our Patreon to check out the points doc in the last like 3 days. 2 days. Literally 2 days. And that's awesome. All right, so looking at, we're moving and grooving here as we have our, it's like the system phase boost. I think we did a system phase boost here. With Grudge. Formation-wise, it looks like Sabine is poised to take that crate at the top. Zeb, I think Zeb is the same ability where like he doesn't take crits first. He can't, or he cancels crits first. Attack shuttle Zeb is extended. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I agree with that. Points are the easiest, lowest cost effort AMG could have made. But here's the thing: AMG didn't do enough playtesting. They're not known for having done good enough playtesting. They didn't have enough playtesters, and they didn't want to put any resources to playtesting because what I did right is I kind of used all the samples of what we've seen to inform making some changes with what I changed. But I there's no reason for me to think that they were paying attention the last like 6 to 8 months how the game was going, except for at Worlds because it's the highest level event. But you know, tinfoil hat theory time. If they already were kind of planning on sunsetting the game, they stopped caring before Worlds, and we're just trying not to cause a panic. No, you're right, though. I mean, I would rather, even if they didn't playtest, I'd rather still have changes because that means there are changes. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Oh, here comes Tavs. Oh, God, Tavson's so good. That is a 4 dice shot there, Hondo. I don't know. He gets so Hondo can coordinate a friend and then jam another. So usually you just like take locks early on. It's a little challenging, like being, as much as I love being at this point where I get to help X-Wing, because I feel like we've kind of earned that right to be a part of things. Like it's just so funny to see people be like, this thing needs to change, this person needs a crew slot, this person needs a gutter slot. Like it's just like, it's like, do I just like one person telling me to change something and just go and make that change? That's the challenge. I think I know that the original Legacy people really failed with was that they listened too much. They were too impulsive. When somebody said they didn't like something, they were too willing to like go and change it. But I obviously want to make something, however temporary it is, that you guys enjoy. But first things first. So they could all take good debris gambit. Why? Yeah, that's true. Hondo is scary with Tavson. We will probably see him do that mid-combat, coordinating the ship that just shot. Or you probably mean coordinate the next ship to shoot, jam the ship that just shot. Is that what you mean? Probably. I don't think you'd want to jam the ship that's about to shoot. I don't know. TIE fighters love to die. Or tri-fighters. Most of the tri-fighters suffer from the same issues that I think a lot of droids suffer from, is that they, or rather vultures, because they're all droids, is just being low initiative is a huge issue for them, generally. Yeah, Hondo can. He can coordinate enemies and jam enemies. Oh, I see what you mean now. I got you. I thought you were talking about friendlies, and I was confused for a second. How did Zeb gain an evade? Somebody gave him an evade. Tech shuttle has evade naturally. Yeah, but he picked up the crate, didn't he? I'm really confused about that. Was that from last turn? I don't see how there's any way that you can give... Oh, yeah, there you go. They got it. That shouldn't be there anymore. They got it. Try not to be the front arc or something. Coordinated Zeb and jammed hole. Oh, that's so nasty, though. Man, that is really good. Hole probably should have taken a lock early on to avoid dealing with that, but coordinating Zeb and then re-jamming him again, just re-jamming him with Kylo is so funny and also very good. So here comes Tycho. I think that's going to be too far away to be able to get a procket off. He just takes an evade. Hera Swarm Tactics Tycho. And it is range 3 bullseye. So Tycho goes first, or Hera, one of the 6s. I believe they're trying to figure something out. I don't know what they're trying to do. Oh, he's gonna shoot at Wilo. Okay, so Wilo's gonna get potentially 4 dice. He can't spend a disadvantage on attack anyway, so it would be he blanks out. Very nice, good start there. Range 3 obstructed from Hera into Grudge. Spend the focus. Do you hold on to it to pass it, or do you spend it here? I think Grudge has a focus somewhere. Not sure. Grudge is going to take nothing. Rolls exactly 1 evade and is okay. Here we go, Commander Malus the Magpulse. This is going to knock off the crate. Of course, Natty evades the obstructed shot from Hole, still taking a shield, drops the crate. It gets jammed and depleted. Already jammed once. We have 1 gem. Yes, what about 2nd gem? I don't think he knows about 2nd gem, Pip. No crate for you. No crate for you. All right, here we go. Obstructed bullseye shot. Into Zebby. Zeb. Now, Wilo does not have malice, but he does have marksmanship. And he does have optics, instinctive aim, concussions. Still 3 crates to 0. Zeb might still lose his crate, even with his ability, though. Who else has it? Oh, yeah, 1, 2. There is 3 to 0 in crates, yeah. That's a good point. Good, very observant, Desi, as always. That's what you do best. You're observant. All right, here we go, finally. Spend the focus, one becomes a crit. So all Zeb needs to do is roll a single evade. He's gonna be okay. I'll cancel the crit first. With his ability, can he roll an evade? Here we go. Yes, yes! Victory! We have victory! Oh, ooh, Hera gonna pass the focus. Nicely done, takes one. And it's just the shield on Mr. Aurelius. I like Zeb. Zeb was a good character. He grew on me in Rebels. Hopefully they remember Zeb's ability and not try to drop the crate here. No reason to. Zeb, yeah. Zeb was a solid secondary character. I'm hearing mixed things about the Acolyte, everybody. I need a report here. Status report. On the Acolyte, is it worth watching? Is it Acolyte? It's called the Acolyte. I keep calling it Acolyte. Acolyte. I hear the last episode was bad, but I am kind of Star Wars fatigued. I didn't enjoy Ahsoka particularly, and I really liked Rebels. So if this show is not worth watching, I will just not watch it. The acting is just so bad. Yeah. I'm liking it, but you'll probably not care. Aw. What is it called? Is it called Acolyte? I thought it was called Acolyte. Jeez, that is a lot of evades. My lord, Kylo. I think that's it for shooting, though. It's gotta be. No, Tafson, how could you forget? Uh-oh, Ruh-roh. Range 3. Does Tafson have any mods, though? He didn't get shot at, so I don't think he has any way to mod his dice. That's still pretty freaking good. 3 hits. Can Zeb get some evades here? Zeb gets 1, takes 2. Uh-oh, Zeb down to 1 hole already. The electrolyte. Guess who was locked away in the closet, everybody? She was in the closet, had no idea. Look who it is. Look who it is. Oh my goodness. Oh. So Zeb is gonna live, and he can fire an ion cannon at Kylo, who has his force. He spent his focus. Range 2 obstructed. Yeah, that's true. I think it's always a struggle when you have all these brand new characters. The High Republic doesn't do much for me. I'm not as deep into the High Republic lore as some other Star Wars fans. I respect it. I just don't care for it personally. So that's probably another reason why I'm not like pulled to watch it. And Kylo spends a force and he'll be okay. All right, I think we're finally done with that turn. So round 3 coming up is a 3-0 Rebels. And Zeb is only 3 points, so he's kind of paid for himself holding onto a crate. If he can hold on to a crate one more turn, it's possible. It will be difficult, though. Kylo is going to try to go hunting, probably a 2 bank boost. Maybe we get a Psycho Tycho Procket into Tavson. However, you got to be careful. Tycho's going after Tavson, then Wylo might be right there to kill Tycho. Stories are okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that Disney's been trying to get people on board with, is just like being okay with just like all new characters, and this show is definitely like the biggest step in that direction, where it's just like all characters you don't know anything about. And that's a challenge for Star Wars fans, because we've always just been used to some sort of connection to a character we know already. It's not easy. So round 3, let's take a look at the board here. So Zeb, I think Zeb, it might be the safest thing for Zeb to, he could 3 bank out. Just to kind of hide, take an evade probably. Whole Oaken has already been jammed by Malrus once with a mag pulse, and it looks like it could happen again. Sabine probably 3 banks. The question is, what do you do with Hera? What do you do with Tycho? Because this whole area is about to get messy here in the middle of the board. I'm excited to see what happens. Run, Zeb, run! Goodness, look at this kitty. She just wants to be a part of the stream. She's just demanding to be a part of the stream. Is that right? Okay, here we go. There you go. So I've decided there's a couple things for me. Apologies if I am tired, so I say this. I've said it a few times that it's easy to miss, so I'm not going to blame it, fault anybody for missing it. These points are done by me. That has nothing to do with like anybody else. This isn't even like necessarily what a points change would look like by like the community committee. But I do want to give them data and be like, hey, this is what we tried, because it still matters. So the upgrades to start, I think upgrades overall are in a pretty good place. Pretty good. There are always things that can be changed. Like Death Troopers should go up. I decided it's just easier to just like remove that crew slot from rack right now and just keep everything kind of in the ship point side of things. Just start there. Going into the ban list and taking things out and everything, then like people have to triple cross reference, and I think it gets even more confusing, at least as it is right now. We have the points document, we'll have the builder, it'll all be in one place. People will be like, these are the 312 points. This is not confusing, it's just all in one place right here, right? Once I start like going to other documents and like removing things, errata-ing things, like change, just like, I just think it's just too much to do right now. It doesn't seem necessary. The question about Han, I think, is super valid. I just right now, I don't care. Like, I don't think it matters enough. You know, like, I think it becomes more challenging if I go through and just change everything, or like 50% of every faction, you know, 10% of all the upgrades, whatever. I'm preaching to the choir probably, but it's just kind of the way I'm thinking about it. I know you guys want to see like even more change. I think this is a good start though with what we have, right? Again, this is, you know, done by me. It's not like it's a big committee thing. Somebody on Patreon just said Nick and Greg. Greg is also was not involved in these points at all. It was me. And not meant to like try to show up the bigger effort. It's like, I was telling Steven the other day, for those of you guys that have seen The Office, one of the last seasons that Steve Carell is in, Michael Scott is trying to distract everybody from the fact that they might all lose their jobs. So he decides to play that stupid murder mystery game where they all speak with really bad Southern accents. And Jim is the co-manager, wants everybody to get back to work because working is important, especially in a time of like crisis, he thinks. But Michael's like, let them have the stupid game. Like, and so that's what I'm doing with these points. It's like, it's not stupid, but it's also like not official, right? So just like letting you guys have that fun. It's fun for me. So, yeah. Disco, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. That puts us at, what, 2 away? 2 away from 1,100. Awesome. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, not trying to dismiss the question itself. I just want to make sure people... I'm worried that people think that, like, because I'm involved in, like, the bigger picture, that these points are a reflection on the way everybody else is going to think about where things should be. And that is by no means the case. We all have our different interpretations and bias and experiences with the way things are with the current points. However, I will say, as Daniel hits a debris with Grudge, not good. I will say, I think overall, I'm pretty happy with the way things turned out for, you know, the first initial pass. Most things. So Kyo's going to take a lock on Malrus. If only the A-Wings could fire missiles out the back, that would be cool. I think you would almost think they should be able to. Welcome, everybody. Just got to get off the Lego shelf. Got a sprayer. I will say that there is an exciting announcement coming very soon. Like, very soon. Those of you that are overseas, it'll be a little bit later. I think it'll be like the start of the day for you. It'll be really late in the morning here on the west side of things. And I will have more information for you once that announcement has been made. But it's exciting. Just a little tease. Just a little tease. Oh, Tavson. Oh, it's a big gun. Taking a lock on Sabine, who took an evade for her action. Holoken is just, yep, Holoken's gonna do Holoken things. Try to get an advanced proton torpedo. It's just so hard against Malrus when Malrus has mag pulse warheads. Super difficult. Looks like that thermal detonator is going to hit Tafson. Here we go. Bump. Tycho. You almost wish Hera was the one with the rockets. And Kylo now. Can Kylo barrel roll jam? He might already have range 1. That looks out. Yeah. So you can just barrel roll and jam. Get range 1 shot on Tycho as well. Yep, there it is. Gonna have to go all the way forward. Or middle fits as well. And jamming. Yeah. Jamming is tough. Hey. Thank you so much. That's a different animation than what I usually see. Thanks for the subs, dude. Copper Blue, I see you. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, man. 5 subs. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Heart emojis. Heart reacts. Hearts in general. My dear friend. Don't worry. No Bosk in this list. In this game, John. You are safe from Bosk. Father's Day burgers. Oh, it sounds so good. I am not... Today's like more of a loner day for me, my folks being so far away. But here I am with all of you. Thanks for swinging by, dude. I hope you've enjoyed your Father's Day. How do you cook your burger usually? Medium rare? Are you a medium guy? Are you a well done guy? That does unlock our giveaway for our scenario die. So we'll give away a scenario die. Probably after game 2. Medium. Respectable. Respectable. Maurus is gonna just barrel roll. Okay, that is gonna probably get range 1 for Sabine's ability. And you're also getting range 1 from Keo. I don't know if I like that. That's a couple of shots there you're taking. I'm not sure what that roll was for. It might have been for... Alright, so Swarm Attack, it might have been for hitting the debris, possibly. Malris spends another charge. And poor Hera. Oh, it's gonna be. That is a real tough spot for Hera to be. I don't think you can. Oh, I don't think you want to do this. I don't think you should be shooting at. I think you should be shooting at Kylo. For one, again, Tavson's gonna get all this action economy. He's taking it, and there is an action for Tavson. Yeah, that's true. I was thinking, like, watch him get that evade. They didn't check for the thermal detonator. Unless they... Yeah, I don't think they did. Or maybe that was what the roll was for and they just kept it there. Is that what the thermal detonator roll was for? So now Tavson or focus is. Oh no, I'm really worried about Hera. Hera could easily die here. The positive is that you get another 3 points. So you lose Hera, you're up 6-4. If you find a way to kill Maurus, then you're up 9-4. Yeah, you shoot at Tavson, he just takes a lock on you. He moves his lock. Actually, no, he can't. He already took lock action, so he can't do that. Oh, now they do the thermal detonator. Okay, so they did miss it. Maybe. It's so good. Hondo, Coordinate. And Hulk can't even do an action because he's stressed. I wish there was almost like you couldn't do that to a ship that was stressed. You can't like try to coordinate them. For the purposes of what Hondo's able to do in these cases, it's just so well abused. But, you know, shout out to Daniel for using it to his advantage. Sabine still gets that ability, though, at range 1 with Malrus. So shooting into Tycho here, range 1, pretty good. You can spend some force. You actually don't even have enough force to get it all, so just a crit, I guess. And Tycho is okay rolling natty evades. They fix it for the pilot, but crew hardly gets used, so maybe it's fine. Yeah, fair enough. So Malrus shooting at Sabine, range 1 for 2. Sabine just needs to roll and evade and we'll be okay. We'll be fine. Uses Sabine's ability. Change 1, 2, and evade. Yep. I think Daniel reminding him. We're just checking in with him on that one. So again, 2 range 1 shots going into Malrus here. It could be something. Malrus only 4 health. Oh, is it turn out the side? Oh my god, it is. That's 3 range 1 shots. I thought it was out the back. I couldn't tell which indication it was. That's even bigger. Double modded Hull Oaken here for 2, spending the lock, most likely. For 3. Mal rolls all paint. Oh, Mal. That first shot doing nothing, using Malrus's ability here because it took the stress. Malrus is out of charges after this turn. Now range 1 and a Malrus from Sabine. Sabine hoping for a couple of hits off the bat here. That's not going to do it. Oh, man. One hit. Oh, my gosh. Malrus is fine. Oh. Thought he had a chance there. And this is from Kyo, another egregious roll that has a lock. Oh, my God. Just reroll everything. I think. Not just re-rolling the blanks. And still only 2. You spend your force and you get 2. Malrus is fine. Offensively, really tough. Rough for Wardy here. You just hope you don't lose Hera. That Hera rolls a couple of evades. Is 5 dice about to go in to Hera, I assume. No, gonna shoot double modded at Sabine. Okay, downtown 4 on 4. If he had a laser, he would have gotten a 5th die, guys, with the linked battery. But ooh. There's a crit though. Spending the lock on the blanks. It's not a good roll, but what do you get when you re-roll? Full string, and that will knock off. Well, you have to roll 4 evades here to not lose the crate, and you don't do it. You might even die here. So Sabine, shield, and a crit. Oh, Beskar, maybe. Ooh, Beskar. He can Beskar it, I think. We just have to make sure Sabina, yeah, definitely in range. Nice. Okay, so actually still has 2 hull left. Shields into 2 hull. Very nice use of Beskar reinforced plating there, spending both charges, ditching the crit weapons failure. Who needs it? Who wants it? Nobody. And that's gonna keep the 3 crate dream alive. So ended up this turn not being too bad. Oh, actually, do you still? I think you still lose the crate. That's right. Yeah. The timing of Beskar, you still you suffer the crit and then you remove it, so you will lose the crate. I didn't know you could. I guess you can. I've never played a game where the objective has been placed on an obstacle. No shot there for Zeb, who's just trying to stay alive. But it's 5-0, so not opting, Skeppy opting to just play the violence game, but hasn't scored any points quite yet. Round 4 coming up as Wardy has a 5-point lead. Maybe if you're Sabine, you just kind of you do the 1 straight, and then you do the 1 straight boost with Vectored, and then 4 straight, and just try to get that bottom crate. Anything as Wilo could easily just 2 or 3 bank, so just gonna have to be mindful of that. Tycho, if Tycho can get a procket off this game, could be an interesting game. So it doesn't feel like Wardy is winning, but he's winning. He's not only winning, he's winning 5-0. Play here on salvage mission, but a lot of time has elapsed. It's 28 minutes remaining, so 45 minutes has already elapsed here, and we're only entering turn 4. So a little slow here, just a little behind. I think they'll end up getting 6 rounds in, but no more. As they start planning things. One last time here, we take a look at the standings for week 1 of the team league, as everything has evolved in terms of series decisions. The Horse Awakens expansion team did pretty well in week 1. The Moneyballs, captained by Mr. Barkovich himself from the Steel City, or rather not Steel City, but then they call Pittsburgh Steel City, so he's from Pittsburgh. That's all I know. He's a big Pirates fan. The Moneyballs, they take week 1. Puma Riders going from down 0-2 with their captains losing at the start of the week to winning 3 in a row, and the Psychedelic Peanut Jams, one of 3 teams in their division who have won their first week, including us, the 312 crew, as this game you all are watching is game 5 of the series for week 1. Nice amount of points from Rampage. Ooh, 69, that's true. Nice. That's a good point. That is a good point, Chris. because 69. Gonna put my feet up, guys. Here we go. Put my feet up. Tarantino style. There you go. Little Tarantino style. Because he likes feet. Oh. Just gonna relax a little bit here. Move the mic a little closer. There we go. There we go. See, I'm all out of focus. I have to lean in to be in focus. The Lego sets are just so bad for the autofocus. I used to use it, but it just like no matter where I set it, like to track my face, it loses it. Figure it out. Gosh. Oh. So this turn, Daniel needs to kill something. He can't afford to be down 7 or 8-0. He's at least gonna be down 7-0, unless he knocks off a crate. But then he's like down like 6-0. Sorry, I'm sliding into your DMs, everybody. All of y'all's at once is what I'm doing. Okay. Zeb just running away like a coward, but has to. So I get it. Understandable act of cowardice. I was gonna ask, like, where is everybody? Because our numbers are low tonight, and then I'm like, why am I forgetting that it's Father's Day and everyone's like enjoying like not being, or being a father and not being like me and not being a father. I'm not a father. Unless you count my cats as my children, which I don't know if my life is that sad yet to say something like that. But are we getting there? Who knows? Father of fake points of X-Wing. Unofficial points guy. Guy who put Zam at 9 points and decided the world needed to burn if the world needing to burn was good things happening for the sake of the game. Don't worry, you'll have your Zam Wessel back, you angry mobs people. Yours is in September. The father 312, therefore many of us. Well, first act of business is to clean your room, mister. And we're gonna drop a seismic charge? No, that's the blaze bomb. Quick, what does the blaze bomb do? I don't remember, guys. I really don't. It is still like, I'm still processing the fact that we finally got that announcement. Like, it's just still kind of like, is it a shock? What's shocking is just that we, like, the game was not anywhere near close to being, like, it was so avoidable. I don't want to talk too much about it now because we'll talk about it in the podcast. Again, anyone that's subscribed here, including the 5 gifted that Copper Blue gave y'all, you can watch our live podcast recording later tonight at it'll be like around 10:30, 10:45 Eastern, 9:30, 9:45 Central. I think it's 1 die with damage, then leave an obstacle behind. So you roll for the damage. Yeah, I felt sad all day, all of Saturday, just moped around. Yeah, I mean, like, I've kind of sprung into action and be like, it would be kind of fun to, like, edit the... Once I found out that I could just directly edit the PDF, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then once it, like, threw that out there, and, like, it was cool to see everybody, like, check it out and everything and talk about it. But then I kind of got hit with that wave of sadness again. It's like, man, like, this is where we're at. This is... I'm here in this position right now, like, with all of y'all. Oh my god. When this device detonates, each ship in remote at range 0 to 1 rolls 1 attack die. Each ship or remote suffers 1 damage for each hit or crit result. After this device detonates, place a blaze. By aligning the blaze guys to the device, blaze as an obstacle. After this obstacle is placed, place a fuse on it. During the end phase, remove each blaze with no fuse markers and remove 1 fuse marker from each blaze. What happens if you hit the blaze? Jesus Christ, that is a lot. My god. Is that the Mandalorian pack that the Blazer Bomb came out? I think it was, right? Am I wrong on that one? Am I out of line? Chris, what are you doing right now? Do you want to jump in and chat? Do you know you're probably busy, but I'm just saying if you're around and want to jump in, you're welcome to jump in. No pressure. I can manage on my own here. After the move is roll 1 attack and hit a crit result, the ship suffers 1 damage. On a focus result, it gains 1 stress, and then the ship skips for an action step this round. It's just playing Civ 6, nice. So grudge reroll, and then now it's for Hera, who takes nothing. Or rather, that was Tavson. Oh no. Take a damage. So weird. Okay, and there's the blaze. Let me just make sure I got the damage right. Hera takes 1, to Tavson take 1. I think Tavson wants to take the damage, right? Yep, he does for his actions. All that BS. Wilo bombed, so he took a damage. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's Father's Day and just not doing much. Dad lives in another state, so
You and
just
me
vibing.
both. Just hanging out with our dads living in another state.
Yeah. Watching some X-Wing after the after the
like nothing happened while everything just happened, right? It's like nothing changes while everything changes. It's a vibe for sure. It's a weird
my whole
mind.
my whole mindset I think is still in denial a little bit that you know, oh well we'll get points from AMG and they'll announce a new ship at Mini Extravaganza, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I'm still in such denial.
Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, it's just at this point, it's just so much better to not be beholden to somebody that doesn't care. You just like, I mean, it became just so apparent that they just did not care. So it's like, would you rather have OP support from a company that is barely paying attention and trying to wipe their hands off of supporting the game? No, I mean, they had told me like a year ago they ideally wanted to just have the game. I mean, it was kind of funny. If I have to watch it back, the interview I did with them, but they kind of alluded to how they didn't really want to do many more points changes, just kind of wanted to walk away. But it wasn't like alarm bells ringing for people the way that it should have been. To a lot of people, they're just like, oh, they're not trying to mark the game as complete. They just like don't want to do points changes very much and just like find a way to make like one final points change and then just like not do points changes anymore. So I think to them, they were kind of almost trying to tease that they were trying to be done.
Yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, the other games they care about, aside from Legion, there's really no points per se.
Yeah.
Like, sure, there's a little bit in Shatterpoint. I don't know anything about Shatterpoint other than like the models
they look great,
decent.
Yeah. Cool.
I before all this shit, I was like, I guess I gotta buy a Shatterpoint mini because that Chewbacca looks really nice to me, and I collect Chewbacca. But
let the Wookiee win.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm let the Wookiee win, because I think Wookiees are just the coolest species in Star Wars. I mean, you got these big fearsome creatures, but they are also some of the, at least how they're shown in Star Wars, some of the kindest
Wookiees
species.
Are a great part of the Star Wars universe, for sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
George Lucas was quite a brilliant man, despite his choices with the special editions and with the writing the prequels. But that's another topic of rabbit hole debate that we don't even need to talk about. Yeah, I know.
The best explanation I ever got for Wookiees was when I was a kid. My dad, my mom's a big Star Wars fan. My dad's a big Star Trek fan. And he looked at me and he said that Wookiees are just nicer Klingons. And I kind of scratched my head and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
That's
but they
interesting. They
really are just nicer Klingons.
I can see it. Are you are you a Trekkie at all, or it's really just your dad?
I actually grew up watching wow, why am I blanking on? I grew up watching The Next Generation with Sir Patrick Stewart, and I actually saw Star Trek before I saw Star Wars, and my mom took me to see Phantom Menace when it came out, and I loved Phantom Menace way more than I loved Star Trek.
Yeah, was it the Darth Maul stuff? Anything that had to do with Darth Maul? Was that what like
actually no?
Pod racers maybe?
It wasn't the pod racing. It wasn't Darth Maul. It was the ship design. I loved how the ships looked. I thought the Vulture droids were super cool. I thought
That's true. That's true.
the Naboo Starfighter was
The Republic
unique.
frigate, they fly into the Lucre Hulk is a really cool ship too.
And the Separatist donuts. Like,
Yeah, the what they call them, Lucre Hulks. Is there like the technical name for them? The Trade
I was like,
Federation
these
bases. Yeah.
I thought those were so much cooler than just a giant cube. Or things like that.
Oh no, we're trying desperately to finish off poor Zeb. Zeb's getting a little too close to the edge of the board there. Could he fit it too hard? I don't think.
I think they have a hard one, but I don't know if he stays on with the hard one. It's red, but he
stays on with the hard one. The hard two is gonna take him off.
But he's not gonna have any mods, which is not
red?
good when you're
a red.
Yeah, it's a red hard one. That's why I like to take Leia with Zeb.
I think looking at I had with the community points I had made Sabine 3 points, but I think there's a pretty easy case to make a 2-point Zeb in the TIE Fighter.
That's what I've been hearing a lot, even before AMG said anything. Everyone was like, "Why is Sabine 2 points? Why is Zeb 3?"
Yeah,
Zeb doesn't. I think in the TIE Fighter currently doesn't have a lot of loadout. And his ability isn't anything spectacular, whereas Sabine has reposition before she moves, which makes her so much better than Zeb in every way. So
Zeb is a pretty decent crate carrier, right? Just in terms of his ability, like unless you're suffering multiple or you're dealing with more crits, but that doesn't mean it doesn't really move the needle enough to say he shouldn't be 2.
Yeah.
He's a 3-point.
I think in their
but in the TIE Fighter he can carry Leia? Zeb can?
No. In the TIE Fighter.
Yeah, we're talking about Zeb in the TIE right now.
In the TIE Fighter, in the TIE Fighter he can take Leia. He has 8 points, a crew slot, and a mod slot. So he could take Leia and like targeting computer. Or you could throw a shield upgrade on him, and he's basically the attack shuttle, just with reversed offense and defense. I had no idea he was 3 points, could take Leia in the TIE Fighter.
I remember when 2.5 first came up to being, or however you want to say it. I think you could put Leia in Ezra's tie, and people were that,
I think really that was before
God.
I think that was before people realized that
that's gonna kill Zeb.
Goodbye,
Single
Zeb.
modded Magpulse delivers, and a blank out will certainly finish off Zeb. So finally the points coming for Daniel. Zeb is worth 3, is tied 7-7.
The problem is that all of Skeppy's ships are facing Zeb except for Kylo, and all the crates are on the opposite side of the board.
Yeah, but you think Kylo can knock those off? At least you could knock it off the Y-wing.
Yeah, the Y-wing's not going to be able to go fast enough to get away, but with Tycho,
Tycho can 1 bank 4 straight. He might be in range to claim a crate, unless Tavson finds a way to do it. Next turn.
Oh yeah. I mean, Tavson can 1 bank pick up the crate? Is there? I don't know anything about FO, so I actually don't know if they're 1 bank. No, 1 bank's not blue, 2 bank is. So yeah, I don't know if Tavson can pick that up.
We will see. How do you feel about a 3-point T65?
Which T65 are you thinking?
So I made Colby Sperato 3-point, or not Colby. I'm sorry, not Colby. Edrio. 3 points. But he has a little too much loadout right now. He needs to lose like probably half of it, maybe a third.
Edrio, I could see Edrio. I could see Lee Van. Either one of them at 3 points wouldn't be too disgusting.
It's a T65, right? You know it very well. It's not a very good platform. It's got the 4 health and 2 shields, great, but like it's not dodgy. It's not. Its dial is fine. It's a decent dial, but it's not gonna like arc dodge anything, especially at a low initiative. So I was just thinking.
Definitely not. Yeah, I think all it does at such a low initiative is just be a blocking nuisance. But as evident by most of my games in Nickel City this season, X-Wings just pop.
They do.
Like
they do. And it feels really bad when the days when I used to play 3 ship lists with Luke and Wedge and investing 6 points in those things to either last half the game or die in the second engagement. You know, it's just And when Wedge lived the entire game, your opponent must have done something very wrong. This is the way it felt.
Oh, it still feels like that. Even with
Luke.
Even with Endor Wedge, like he just pops. Or at least that's my luck. Luke at least has a little more survivability with the R2D2, but it's just not enough. Oh, I guess Wardy is or not Wardy. Skeppy is expecting. Yep, there's the boost. So
yeah, Tycho hasn't even taken a shield yet. I don't think so. Tycho's in.
Nah, yeah, I don't think Tycho
doesn't care. I think what makes Psycho Tycho more difficult in this platform is the vectored cannons. He wants to be able to focus boost to try to line up bullseye easier. It's more difficult to do with vectored cannons.
I tried super hard in my game, and I couldn't line up a single procket.
Yeah, I think what was Boy Han. So the list that Steven played for our team league week 1 was like Boy Han and the A-Wings, no Gemmer for the bounties. But Boy Han is really good to be able to allow Tycho to get his prockets with his ability to coordinate.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
But like it is so hard to line up, as you said, like on its own. It's very difficult.
My issue, I would have probably flown that too, but I was in salvage. So my A-Wings want to move around and whatnot, so I can't play that in salvage.
Salvage is the one that handicaps everything.
I mean, I got lucky enough to get my my 5-die Wolfero shot off.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm by tomorrow I'll have the bounties inputted. I'm just gonna do them the end of every week just to make it easier.
I actually think that is my current favorite part. Like I was thinking of taking some time off, you know, before the next draft league season, and then you said that there was going to be bounties, and I was like, okay, I remember when Hex did bounties, and that just the bounties themselves are making me like have fun. I'm
good, man. That's good. That's the goal. I want people to be able to play casually or competitively or both and feel okay with the balance that they strike.
Yeah, I told my my opponent, I think I played Rizard. I was like, I'm just here to have fun. If I win a game, I win a game.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
like whatever. It's not the end of the world.
And you're on Rampage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you beat Right Star by 5 points.
Oh,
he's in. He gets the crate
by 3 points.
Oh damn, yeah. It was. Now I remember. It was a fairly close game.
It came down to the final shot of the game. I had to, if I'm remembering correctly, I had to kill his Y-wing that was holding a crate. and if I didn't kill the Y-wing, I lost the game by 1.
But you did it. You did it, Chris.
Yeah,
You
it
did
was it was a lucky shot.
Right on, man. Great shot, kid. It's a one in a million. Don't get cocky.
Nah, me get cocky.
So
Well,
back to having 3 crates for now.
and this is the last round.
Oh my god, you're right, it is.
So it looks like it's gonna be.
I think Wardy's gonna win unless he's able to knock off a crate. I think he still wins if Daniel knocks off a crate.
Does Tavson have?
Skeppy and Malrus have crates.
Okay, so they have crates.
And everyone's full health right now, except I think Holt has taken 1.
Yeah, so
Hera is the only one that's taking a damage. He's on the other side of the board, not getting shot at.
yeah, so it looks like Wardy's gonna pull this one out. Unless by some miracle. Is that in bullseye? That's not in bullseye.
Perfect example, Seval, why I decided to be crazy with Phasma. People forget that Phasma's. Oh, you're talking about Crew. Yeah. Let me remember. The Crew is similar to Death Troopers. But also SF Phasma does not get played much right now.
Yeah.
At the end of the engagement phase, each enemy should be ranged 0 to 1 that is not stress gains 1. So it's like the inverse. If you aren't, you are.
Oh well, Kylo popped off the crate, but it's too little, too late.
Yeah, Pyre double stresses you before the game starts, basically.
Be right back. Got a phone call.
So 10 to 11, everybody, is the crates get tallied up here. Wardy Zeb hanging onto a crate 1 turn longer ends up being the difference in the game. He does die, but he held onto that crate to score 1 more point. And that is the final score. So almost a pure objective game. As 2 ships died in the entire game. 2 cheap rebel ships, 2 6 points worth. So no points scored from kills for Wardy, but he still wins the game by scoring 11 salvage points. Macho Man Randy salvage. All right, game 2 coming up here. We're gonna get ready for game 2, another team league game, the final team league game of the entire week.